Hello. Say hi to your online people. Well, good evening, graduates, families, and friends, and a special welcome to those joining us online. My name is Beth McCormick, and I'm the Dean of Vermont Law School here at Vermont Law and Graduate School. And on behalf of your deans, faculty, and staff, I am honored to welcome you to this momentous occasion, and we'll start by saying congratulations to the OHJD class of 2025. This class is the first class of graduates from our online hybrid JD program that we launched in August of 2022. Vermont Law and Graduate School is one of the country's few independent law and graduate schools, and one of the first of any law school to offer a fully online ABA accredited law degree. This school, founded in 1972 and celebrating its 50th graduating class this year, has from its start been just a little bit different. With its public service mission, its commitment to environmental law and policy and justice reform, its DNA has always had strands of innovation and access. I love that about this school, and this program is an example of that innovation, providing access to a legal education to those who did not have that access before because of geography or circumstances. In fact, of all the things that I have worked on in my 15 years at this school, this program is the one I am most proud of. I'm a bit of a crier. When we built this program, I dreamed about this day, our first graduation, but I could not have fully anticipated how much the graduates would mean to me. For these reasons, I'm happy to recognize the extraordinary inaugural OHJD graduating class of Vermont Law and Graduate School. You logged in from California, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Kentucky, Florida, Tennessee, Illinois, Washington, D.C., Utah, New York, Virginia, Bill's car, and wherever in the world Toes and Trina were during class time. As I understand it, though, Trina finally has a domicile in New York. That's a civil procedure joke. I remember so clearly our first civil procedure class. It was September 1st, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. In fact, last night I watched a bit of the recording. You were younger. In fact, Alexa was not yet 21. You were less tired with fewer gray hairs, but I saw then, and even more when we met in person just a few weeks later, your drive, your ambition, your work ethic, and your dedication. From the first day, you inspired me. So many of you had nurtured a dream of law school for a long time, unable to pursue it until that moment. From there, it was the best of times and the worst of times, but you continued to inspire me. You focused on your legal education after long days of work and family life, preparing for torts and constitutional law in the midst of hurricanes, snowstorms, and even the birth of your children. I believe this group has welcomed 4 babies since the program started. Responding to cold calls and taking exams while caring for aging parents, job changes, relocations, military service, and more. At our residencies, you survived the COVID cruise, flight delays, and even a malfunctioning door on the bus on I-89 as we sped towards campus for the first time. Through it all, you kept going, even when you wanted to quit. You continue to inspire me. When we built this program, some people worried, what would a fully online program mean for our community, a value that the Vermont Law and Graduate School holds dear. I believed at the time, and you confirmed over the last 3.5 years, that community was never about the buildings or the physical classrooms or the green mountains around us, but always about you, students, who you were and who you would become. The relationships developed with each other and with us, nurtured night after night in class, in study groups, and in residencies, are as true and real as any group of students I have ever worked with. And when I saw you yesterday doing your appellate arguments, looking like lawyers in the same room where I had first met you there, 3.5 years before, I was moved to tears. In addition to the pride I feel for your accomplishments and the inspiration I take from you, I feel grateful to you. I am grateful for you for taking a chance on us and this new program. I am grateful for your honest feedback and hard questions that helped us grow stronger and innovate. I am grateful for your patience, some more than others, as we finished building the plane as you were already flying. You built this program, and the legacy will endure in generations of students who come after you, pursuing their dreams to earn a law degree. In just a few moments, when you are hooded by me and Dean Bromberg, you will be members of the Vermont Law and Graduate School alumni, joining over 9,000 alums from all over the world. The hood you will wear has purple velvet to indicate the academic field of law, and green and yellow, the colors of our school. Like those who have come before you for the last half century, we hope that you use the power of the law for your community and the world. The world needs committed professionals like you now more than ever to protect the environment and our natural world, to advocate for justice reform, and to provide first-rate legal services wherever they are needed. And don't forget, while you're doing all of this, that VLGS will always be your home. Visit us often. We will miss you and never forget our OHJD class of 2025. Congratulations. I was so excited that I didn't cry too much that I forgot to introduce Roger Powell, the director of the online hybrid GAD program, and I'd like Professor Powell to come to the podium.
I have the honor this evening of introducing our keynote speaker, inaugural online hybrid JD program director, and Professor Richard Sala. You can clap, you can clap. For me, this is an ultimate full circle moment. As before you, you have the two people who have had the honor and privilege of serving as the directors of the online hybrid JD program at Vermont Law and Graduate School across your entire program of study. As Professor Sala's successor, I'd like to start off with an initial observation of how brilliantly he and Dean Beth McCormick designed this innovative program. Well, I think that the many successes of the program should be duly attributed to the program administration, faculty, staff, and of course, you, the students. I certainly believe that the vision and organization that Professor Sala had for the program and clearly established created this very strong foundation of excellence that we see here today, exemplified before us among the students here. Not only did Professor Sala serve as an outstanding director of the online hybrid JD program, but he has remained a steadfast mentor, guide, advisor, colleague, and friend to me, to students, to his colleagues, and to the OHJD program. He has remained connected to the program as it has developed and grown, and he has designed and taught dynamic courses in professional responsibility and constitutional law. Through his wonderful work as an administrator and as a professor, he has continued to play an essential role in shaping the perspectives of future generations of law students. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, inaugural OHJD program director, Professor Richard Sala, to the stage.
You guys look good. So excited to see you. This is not in my speech, but I just want to say I remember the first time Dean McCormick and I talked about the program. It's a true story. We were just sitting at a bar having a beer, and I was like, I think I could do this. And she was like, you sure? And I was like, yeah, no problem. Here we are, you know. It's pretty good, no problem. Good evening, everybody. Glad to be here. Let's just get into it. Every voyage has a beginning. every seafarer has a role. And my role was to set the sails. And you, this inaugural class, were the ones who had the courage to board the ship. And every voyage needs a pathfinder, someone who can look beyond the horizon and chart a course where none yet exists. For us, for everyone in this front row, and for me, Dean McCormick was that pathfinder. She imagined a program that didn't yet exist. She trusted that it could work and poured her energy into bringing it to life. Her entrepreneurial spirit, a blend of vision, courage, and perseverance, created the world that you stepped into, and you're the ones who proved what was possible in that world. So a round of applause for Dean McCormick. To the faculty and staff who poured their full life's blood into building this program, to the students who said yes to the journey, and especially to Dean McCormick, thank you for your vision, for your dedication, and your unwavering commitment. To the graduates, it's an honor to stand here with you today. I was with you at the beginning of this journey, and it means a great deal to stand with you now at the start of another. Law school has a beginning, and thankfully, to all of us, it has an end. But this moment it's not a finish line. This is just preparation. It's just preparation. We don't think of packing for a voyage as the end of a great adventure. On the contrary, it's the moment right when the horizon opens up. That's where you are today. And thank you sincerely for allowing me to share both of these beginnings with you. You are the inaugural graduating class of the OHJD program, the first, the pioneers. I love that word, pioneers. The brave souls who signed up for something that didn't fully exist yet. You gave life to an idea, and without you, this would have just been a plan on a whiteboard. Being first takes courage. It takes flexibility, and it takes a willingness to navigate uncertainty with grace and commitment. You brought all of that and more. You proved what this program could be, and you set the standard for every student that follows. Now, this is the point in most commencement speeches where I'm supposed to talk about justice, democracy, the rule of law, and the noble calling of the legal profession. And all of that would be important, and all of it would be true. And I'm not going to talk about any of it. You've spent years studying those ideas. You've written papers. You've briefed cases. You've wrestled with history and with theories. So today, I want to talk to you about something different. I just want to talk to you about life, about living. Because the truth is, like all venerable professions and all great ambitions, the law will take everything from you if you let it. Your inbox will never be empty. Someone will always need something. There will always be another deadline. There will always be another crisis. There will always be another client in distress. And it becomes very easy to let the days blur, the years accelerate, and the life you imagine slip away. I want to caution you against it. Don't let that happen. Do good work. Be good advocates. Be steady counselors. Be the people that other people are relieved to have in the room, but live. Stand at the edge of the ocean and feel the salt wind on your face. Sail the Caribbean. Watch the water turn from turquoise to deep blue as if the sea is exhaling. Taste something uniquely Parisian in Paris. A pastry so delicate it collapses at the touch. Or a cup of coffee that somehow tastes richer simply because you're drinking it steps away from an ancient seaport. Rent a cabin in Reno and listen as a heavy snowfall hushes the entire world outside your window. Bite into a lobster roll in Boston, a warm, butter-soaked roll that leaves your fingers shining and makes you close your eyes because for a moment, life tastes perfect. Skip the Red Sox game. Sit in a Broadway theater as the lights dim and the orchestra swells. Feel your heartbeat match the overture. Walk the streets of Pompeii, where the stones still remember footsteps from 2,000 years ago. Snorkel above the Great Barrier Reef and watch colors so vivid they don't seem possible anywhere else on Earth, except maybe the Sistine Chapel. Stand somewhere, stand anywhere that makes you feel small in the best possible way, humbled by the sheer size and beauty of this world. And I know that these experiences feed the soul because I've chased many of them myself, every one of them, in fact, except Reno, which remains stubbornly on my to-do list, and my wife has to hear me complain about all the time. Love your family. Love your friends. Love the people behind you who made this journey possible, because life is fleeting. And as impressive as your professional accomplishments will be, and I'm sure they will be, it is far better to be remembered as a loving spouse, sibling, parent, or friend than as a successful attorney whose life was vacant. Now, I know it's only November, but guys, I love Christmas. Yeah, who did that? I love Christmas. And we are gathered in Vermont, and it's cold, right? There's like a degree of personal hostility out there. And that kind of biting cold gives me just enough justification to invoke Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. I love A Christmas Carol. As you undoubtedly know, the protagonist of that story was Ebenezer Scrooge, a man who had everything except a life worth remembering. Don't be Scrooge. Bill hours, win cases, draft agreements that hold up under pressure, negotiate with clarity, make a difference where you stand, however your convictions call you to do it. Write with a purpose, argue with integrity, create things that didn't exist before you touched them. Challenge ideas that need challenging and defend those that deserve defending. But remember, success and joy are not mutually exclusive, and your life will always be richer when you make room for both. Make your work work for you, not the other way around. Now, I can't resist a few naval sayings as a retired Marine, but also because I just finished reading Moby Dick right before I wrote this. And if you put those two together, you got a perfect storm. There's a pun right there. And it requires a nautical adage or two, so I'm going to give you a couple. First, remember that a ship is safe in harbor, but that's not what ships are built for. And remember that calm seas never made a skilled sailor. You began this journey the way all maiden voyages should begin, on the open water. Your first experience as a class ended on a cruise across Lake Champlain, a fitting start for a group destined to navigate new horizons. As you leave here today, remember that moment. The lake was calm enough for us to move forward, but wide enough to remind you that the world is bigger than the shore you started on. So set your course with intention, keep a steady hand on the helm, stay off the rocks, unless there's bourbon. Adjust your sails when the wind shifts, and above all, don't be afraid to leave the harbor. You are the first voyagers of this program. You proved it seaworthy, and now the horizon is before you. Congratulations to each of you, and I wish you fair winds and following seas. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So I have the privilege today of introducing our student speaker, Dr. Kirsten Nakshivani Bookmiller, a professor for the Department of Government Law and International Relations at Millersville University. Dr. Bookmiller has extensive subject matter experience in disaster law and policy, and is a widely published, well-respected academic. At the same time, she is a wonderful person who is very well-respected among all of her peers. More than one student has shared with me how encouraging she is to her colleagues with respect to letting them know that they will make it to the finish line together. And she's right. She's absolutely right. How she gives some of the best pep talks, and how she always looks to the bright side of life with a steadfast yet realistic optimism. These are qualities that are not only helpful for law students to have, but they are also helpful for all individuals in the legal profession to have. I'm very proud of how our online hybrid JD program has terrific students like Dr. Bookmiller. And as online and online hybrid JD programs will grow both in number and size across the United States over the next decade, I believe that at their very core, their value to the legal community and to the general public as a whole, as well as their reputation and success, will largely depend on whether people like Dr. Bookmiller choose to enroll in these programs and how these programs in turn will shape who these people will become in the world around us. My sincere hope is that the OHJD program at Vermont Law and Graduate School will continue to admit people like you, forward-looking, good, thoughtful, kind, strong people who have had, are having, and will have a positive impact in their many communities. Please join us in welcoming our student speaker, Dr. Kirsten Nakjavani Bookmiller, to the stage.
Oh, my word. I've already steamed up my glasses. May it please the members of the inaugural OHJD cohort at Vermont Law and Graduate School. Does it please you? I am truly honored to share a few words about the remarkable journey that has brought us all together here today. In the waning months of each year, calendar, not academic, I reflect on a word for the year ahead, one that captures the mindset I hope to carry with me over the next 12 months. In 2022, after a somewhat last-minute decision to pursue a lifelong dream of attending law school, my word was courage. In 2023, it was perseverance. In 2024, it was onward. But for 2025, my word wasn't just mine. It belongs to all of us colleagues. And that word is grit, G-R-I-T. Of course, Dean Lewis taught us right in legislation and regulation, and so I knew I had to consult a dictionary to determine the plain meaning of the word. And when doing so, I had forgotten that grit carries several meanings, two of which perfectly describe our group. The first may be the one that especially resonates with the administration and the staff of VLGS. Grit is, you'd be happy to know, tiny, irritating particles that can be exceedingly grating to an individual. As yet one more helpful suggestion for the future, email landed in your poor people's inboxes. This might be the connotation you have in mind. The other one, of course, is the one I most intend. The tenacity and strength of mind and character that keep an individual going, even when the challenges seem endless and insurmountable. Much has been made about whether the experience of someone in the OHJD program is different from one than the more traditional residential one. I can only speak for our cohort, of course, but a universal truth is that as the years accrue, life gets more complicated. We navigated full-time plus jobs, changed careers, got engaged, got married, were parents to children of all ages, became new parents, became parents again, moved to new homes, sometimes across the country, We fell ill many times, often caused by extreme stress and exhaustion. Supported others in our respective love circles who were struggling for one reason or another. And sadly, some of us lost those who were very near and dear to us during this time. In other words, a lot of life happened during these 3.5 years. But with each passing week, month, semester, and year, we went back to the office or retreated to a kitchen nook or a dining room table, a corner in a neighborhood cafe, or found a place in a distant hotel room, a quiet spot in an airport near an outlet, and hit the on button to the laptop, to the desktop, and we kept going. The cohort wasn't the only group that had to show grit, of course. Oh, what we asked of our families and friends as we navigated nearly 4 years of this choice that we had made, whatever the motivation. I'm sure in most cases we also made sure everyone in our love circle knew just what we were going through ad nauseum. They had no choice but to come along for the ride too. Late nights and weekends. Oh, that infernal 11:59 every Sunday. Birthdays, holidays, school and sporting events, family vacations. Law school was always the extra guest at the table, taking up another seat in the minivan, Xing out plans on the family calendar because the final exam schedule had just been released. Thus, I would like for our cohort to take a moment to express our deep and profound gratitude to all of our loved ones that are here not only physically in Burlington, and also to make it so loud that our treasured family and friends and supportive colleagues tuning in across the country can hear how truly appreciative we are for their unending patience, support, and love that got us to this moment. I love you, Mom and Dad. Of course, none of us would be here if this program hadn't been created in the first place. I will never forget, truly, on that very day in late April 2022, when I made a painful decision not to attend another law program because it just didn't feel like the program that I wanted to turn my life and that of my family's upside down for. Improbably, truly improbably, I looked one more time, against all odds, to see if there were any other options in late April that I could have missed. And there it was, Dean McCormick, in a recorded video from her home, announcing that VLGS had just received ABA permission to admit the first 20 people for a new virtual residential hybrid initiative. In so doing, VLGS brought forth an opportunity that only someone like a Kirsten Bookmiller could take advantage of, remaining still at the principal place of one's personal and professional life while pursuing a law degree, and in just 3.5 years, no less. Remarkably, just 2 years prior, such a program would have been inconceivable and unimaginable. But amid the widespread heartbreak of COVID, new opportunities arose, and here we are. As many of you know, I led a double life in law school, a professor by day and a student by night, literally. Coming from a multi-generational academic family, I know full well what it takes to bring such an ambitious initiative to life, especially in today's rapidly changing and increasingly challenging landscape of legal education and higher education more broadly. Dean McCormick and Professor Sala and Powell, we thank you for having the fortitude, the grit to build the plane while flying it. We know it was not easy. I also know that any program like this that is made possible and sustained only because of the work of an entire army across the academic community. Not only the rest of the administration and all of the extraordinary faculty who broke open our minds along the way again and again, but admissions, the registrar, financial aid, student affairs, careers and externships, the academic success program, the library, the bookstore, all of the administrative assistants, the secretaries, the amazing VLGS Cafe staff who always greeted me with a smile and amazing coffee when I had the privilege of taking a course in person this past summer. And of course, a shout out goes to the poor fellow who's always fixing Oak's elevator. OHJD colleagues, perhaps a more reliable elevator should be our class gift. Inside joke. In all seriousness, together you make this institution hum and thrive. And we thank you not just for the support, but for the consistently Vermont long graduate school type of support. Compassionate, kind, heartfelt. Again, classmates, let us express our appreciation. Finally, I want to thank my program colleagues. When I started this program, given its virtual nature and the fact that I was a generation or more removed from many of my peers, I knew I'd make it through thanks to the incredible support of my family and friends when I began the program. But I also expected the journey to feel lonely. Oh, how wrong I was. What I didn't expect was to gain yet another family along the way, one that spans across geographies, ages, experience, and the dreams they hold that this degree might make possible. Before the opening hour of the first residential, I asked a lovely young Iowan named Tiara if I might sit next to her. She warmly welcomed me, although I should say, she told me last night that she had created a perimeter of highlighters so no one would sit next to her. Sorry, Tiara. Like a baby bird imprinting on a human who cares for it, she was stuck with me from then on. But from there, the circle of support, the tribe, if you will, only grew. They know who they are for me personally, but my experience was not unique. I heard from many others that they too had formed their own little universes to make it through this gauntlet. Even so, I always knew that anyone in the program would help me if I asked. Simply put, we all imprinted on each other. And that became our superpower, the force that sustained us through the 10 semesters it took to complete this program. So to Adam, Alexa, Andrew, Bill, Brooke, Daisy, Dustin, Fernando, Larissa, Nina, Nick F. and Nick M., Tiara, Toes, and Trina, I say thank you. Thank you for accompanying me on this extraordinary journey. May you take the same grit that carried you to this moment and let it guide you as you go forward to become warriors for the just rule of law in this country. It's needed now more than ever. It does not matter what you choose to do with this degree, but it does matter that you do it with integrity, compassion, and courage. Because in every role, in every setting, there will be opportunities to stand up to fairness, for fairness, to speak truth, and to make justice real for someone who needs it most. Thank you. I now invite Vice Dean for Faculty Cynthia Lewis to the stage for the awards presentation.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. Greetings, guests, families, loved ones, faculty, staff, and of course, our soon-to-be graduates. Here we are, back where it all started, all together, whole, in pari materia. I'm Cynthia Lewis, as mentioned, and it is my honor to present 3 of tonight's awards. Let me begin with the Learned Hand Award for Academic Excellence, which was endowed by a gift from the late Judge Sterry R. Waterman. This award symbolizes Vermont Law and Graduate School's goal of contributing to the larger community through the pursuit of academic excellence. Each year, this award is presented to the graduate with the highest cumulative grade point average as the representative of all of you who pursue academic excellence following Judge Hand's example. Now, normally when we do this, we try and keep it a secret till the last minute, but you're going to figure these things out pretty quickly. Tonight's recipient received Academic Excellence Awards in contracts, legal writing to, evidence, torts, criminal law, constitutional criminal procedure, applied criminal justice, and animal law. They served as a staff editor on volume 49 of the Vermont Law Review and Vermont Journal of Environmental Law, and their note was selected for publication. All this while serving as a teaching assistant and an academic success mentor. Upon graduation, our recipients' goals include passing the bar exam and working as a public defender in the western region of North Carolina, serving indigent clients. Please join me in congratulating the OHJD Class of 2025 Learned Hand Award for Academic Excellence, Andrew Larson. Open the what's in the box. Okay. Next, we have the Academic Leadership Award. It is my pleasure to present the Academic Leadership Award, which is awarded to the student exemplifying academic citizenship, achievement, and leadership skills to serve as a role model for other students. Tonight's recipient apparently believed they did not have enough degrees and decided to also attend law school. I count 3 graduate degrees already earned. This is on top of a long-standing career devoted to caring for people and educating those who care for people. While in law school, this student worked as a teaching assistant and conducted research with one of our faculty. That professor has the following to say: I can soundly profess that this student is a colleague in every sense of the word. They are someone I routinely trust to run through both teaching and case strategies. If only I'm lucky enough to practice with someone of their caliber upon their graduation. This student is a blessing to me and to all those around them and to their soon-to-be extraordinarily lucky clients. Upon graduation, tonight's awardee plans to obtain a position in healthcare, specifically in compliance and regulatory affairs. Please join me in congratulating the OHJD Class of 2025 Academic Leadership Award recipient, Nina Luster. Lastly, I have the pleasure of presenting the Resilience Award to a student who exemplifies courage, adaptability, and unwavering commitment to moving forward and inspiring others through resilience. Like Nina, tonight's recipient is also someone who has already achieved tremendous academic accomplishments. Do you have any idea how intimidating it is to have a tenured PhD professor as a student in your class? Their resume CV spans 6 pages and is filled with national and international publications, presentations, and service work. Of course, for us, the highlight among the many invited lectures and panel presentations is their guest appearance on VLGS's Hot House Earth podcast in an episode titled, "What Environmental Lawyers Should Know About Disaster Law." Resilience at its very core. When the students showed up in my office last summer, I was reminded how brilliant, genuine, and kind they are. Upon graduation, after taking the bar in February 2026, the awardee plans to build on the perspectives gained through the environmental law program and their academic work in international relations to advocate for stronger disaster law capacity for communities in the U.S. and around the world. Please join me in congratulating the OHJD Class of 2025 Resilience Award recipient, Kirsten Nakjavani Bookmiller. You. Thank you all. And now I'll turn it back over to Dean McCormick for some additional award presentations.
I have the honor of presenting 2 awards tonight, both the Dean's Leadership Awards. These awards are given by the Dean to students who exemplify academic excellence in service, determination, and grit. I have the special honor of presenting 2 tonight. Our first recipient is the first in her family to attend law school or college. After a long career as a legal assistant and paralegal, she had a dream to become a lawyer. She has excelled in law school, winning the Academic Excellence Award in 9 classes so far, and holding us all accountable with her trademark no-nonsense attitude, attention to detail, legendary time management skills, and work ethic. Who among the faculty has not received an email from her 10 weeks before classes start asking for the syllabus so she can plan? All along, she's been a mother and role model to her son, affectionately known by all as Mustard here today, making sure he knows that hard work can lead to anything. During her time at VLGS, she has been an ambassador to the program, consistently speaking to prospective students at open houses and webinars and helping our program grow. And she's also famous for the quote before the boat cruise, "This occasion calls for a sequin dress." After graduation, she plans to continue her legal career in Florida, transitioning from her current role as a Florida registered paralegal into litigation counsel. Please join me in congratulating Larissa Lynette Bland. For our second award recipient tonight, this award goes in addition to her work as a mother to 2 daughters here today, a law student and a full-time paralegal, she has served as a member of the Iowa National Guard, serving as a chief warrant officer, often taking class from work in her uniform. In her National Guard service, she has been the recipient of many honors and awards. She is also a first-generation law student. During all of this, she has managed so much. She was a top student, earning the Academic Excellence Award in many classes and being a thoughtful contributor in all class discussions. All along, she has been a friend to many, constantly supporting and raising up her classmates to help them succeed. She is kind and thoughtful, helpful and patient. After graduation, she plans to transition from her current role as a paralegal to an associate attorney at Mark Ray Law, PLC. Her primary focus will be on estate planning and estate trust administration, with additional work involving business entities and real estate transactions. Congratulations to Tira Mussel. I would now like to invite Director Powell and Dean Bromberg to stage for the hooding ceremony.
Congratulations to all the award winners. How about another round of applause? At this time, I invite all students to join me at the edge of the stage. As your name is called, please cross the stage to be hooded by Deans McCormick and Bromberg in celebration of your anticipated Juris Doctor degree. Alexa Acosta. Larissa Bland. Kirsten Nakjavani Bookmiller. Trina Chiemi. Dustin Elias. Nicholas Andrew Fink. Andrew Larson. Nina Lester. Nicholas McIntosh. Tierra Musso. Brooke Norton. Adam Overton. Daisy Talbert. Fernando Vega. Alexis Venatozzi. Congratulations to the OHJD class of 2025, our very first graduating class. This moment reflects your dedication and the sacrifices you've made, and we're very proud to celebrate this milestone with you. And now I'd like to invite Dean McCormick to the podium for closing remarks.
In closing, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to Ashley Zia, Teresa Johnson, Courtney Potter, Melissa Savage, Ariane Duncan, Brian Bashaw, Lauren Close, and Rob Bossi, our photographer, for their work in making today happen. Thank you for OHJD commencement. Kirsten already recognized this group, but there's another group I want to recognize in this closing. A law school student, especially one attending part-time at night, does not live in isolation. There is an unseen army behind them, supporting them in all the ways, holding their hand, handling the other parts of life, and making sacrifices in the pursuit of a dream. Please stand if you're a spouse or partner of one of our graduates, and remain standing. People online have to stand as well. Remain standing, and please stand if you're a parent of one of our graduates. A child of one of our graduates. A grandparent, relative, step-parent, colleague, or friend. Graduates, please join me in again recognizing your people. To those standing, our graduates share this accomplishment with you. This ceremony has now ended, and congratulations again to the OHJD class of 2025, and now we celebrate. Thank you.